How are you doing, guys? Welcome back to the Bar Stoolers. Today we have a very special guest with us, and we're going to discuss Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. I'm here with Henry McDonald of The Guardian. Henry, thanks for doing this.
You're welcome.
So we'll start, first of all, I mean, you said to me the first day we met that your two biggest highlights of your career were covering the Republic at Italia 90 and last year covering the North at the Euros. Since you've kind of started covering football and society in general, how do you think it's changed from when you first went to going now to the North, essentially?
Well, I mean, I remember the famous night of '93, the World Cup after Italia 90. I was there in the North Stand in Windsor Park with a couple of other Southern journalists. A pretty poisonous atmosphere. You're not going to the USA. The Northern fans kept saying that was a very. I mean, you got to remember the background outside of the stadium at the time. I mean, you had the Shankill bomb. You had the Grey Steel massacre. You had Northern Ireland right on the edge, on the brink of maybe civil war, and at the same time you had the whole will they won't they embrace the peace process. So it was a very fractious and uncertain period of time, and I contrast that kind of '93 game to the atmosphere, say, last summer, the glorious summer of 2016 in France for both sets of fans and both sets of teams. The difference was just glaring. So, for example, I remember being in the Champs-Élysées for one of the fan zones, and it wasn't, neither Ireland's were playing a game, but there was, in France were playing. But guys milling around Paris were mixing with each other. I've got a photograph of a guy with a tricolour on his back having a pint with a guy with a Northern Ireland flag on his back. So that would have been unthinkable back in 1993. So that's a measure of how things have changed.
I think one of the things I remember from the Euros, one of the standout moments was the Northern Ireland fan who passed away, unfortunately, Darren Rogers, I think. We were playing the next day against Sweden, and I think he was 24. And in the 24th minute, they sang.
I was at that match. I was
Stand Up for the Ulstermen.
Yep, I was there. I was in the stadium watching the Sweden game, and that the hearse stood in the back of my neck.
It was on. I was actually on the other end with the Sweden fans for my sins, and it was one of those moments where you kind of went, "Wow, this is how far."
Don't want to exaggerate it too much, but I mean, but at the same time, it was
saying that, and there was a lot of Northern fans, floating around. So you say it's changed obviously now. How do you think the view up north is for the Northern fans of, do they want the Republic to qualify? I mean, personally for me, if the North qualified and we qualified, I'd be delighted on that level. There's also that football rivalry thing where I'm like, I really don't want them to do well just because they're our rivals. Is there a view up north of, I want the Republic to do well within maybe the unionist community who follow the...
Well, not
unionist.
It is fair to say that the majority of Northern Ireland fans come from the unionist community, but not all do. All do.
That's true.
Historically, there's a big Northern Ireland support among the older generation who would have supported them because of George Best and McElroy, Pat Jennings, and people like that. But I think the majority, I guess, would be look favourable towards the Republic. They'd want them to qualify. I think the majority of Republic fans in Northern Ireland, within the Nationalist Republican community, would not want Northern Ireland to qualify. Some of them would, fair enough, but I think quite a lot wouldn't. And there's a strange dichotomy. I spoke to Northern Ireland fans from Newry, from the unionist fringe end of Newry, the small minority part of it, and I interviewed them just before they went to the Euros, and they said what they found interesting was when they go to Dublin Airport and fly out anywhere, and they meet ROI fans from Cork, from Galway, from Dublin, even on Dock, they say they get on well with them. They drink together in the bar, and even though you've got the guards patrolling the area, and they get on well and they wish each other well. But the Northern fans, they say, don't. The Northern Republic fans, ROI fans, they don't mix with. But that's kind of unique to Northern Ireland. It's not really the rest of the island. But it is an interesting phenomenon, though.
Yeah. Well, I remember finding out, and there was loads of Northern Ireland fans, and because they qualified before us for the Euros, they got all the cheap flights. Bastards. So looking forward now to obviously you've got the playoffs coming up yourselves. North have Switzerland and we have Denmark. A more favourable draw for the Republic.
Definitely.
Weaker side, second leg at home. How do you think the North will fare?
It's going to be very hard. I mean, it's O'Neill's got a good squad. He's got a couple of players back, like Paddy McNair's back and people like that, and he can rely on them. It's going to be very, very difficult. I mean, it'll be, the Germans talk about the 50s when they won the World Cup, the Marigold and Bern, But it'll be a miracle of if the game's in Geneva. I think it'll be the miracle of Geneva or whatever, or Basel or wherever they're playing.
One of those.
If Northern Ireland script through against Switzerland because they're an informed team, but you never know. I mean, they've done it before. I mean, they have a history of coming up with shocks. Look at Spain in '82. They beat the Spanish hosts 1-0.
They beat Spanish 10 years ago.
They beat the Spanish, and they also beat when they were world champions,
Yeah.
and they beat Ukraine. They're much more fancied side back in Lyon. I was there that day. So they're not. They've got fighting spirit, and they've got Michael O'Neill, who's dragooned them well as a unit.
They're a very good team. Like there's
no superstars.
There's no superstars, but they play really well together.
Yeah.
I think at the back they're very strong. Like you've got Johnny Evans, who is one of the most coveted players in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't have said a few years ago.
Stephen Davis is back too.
Stephen Davis is. If there was one player I could take from the north side, it would be Stephen Davis in the midfield because he's just fantastic. I saw him. He scored the other day for Southampton, and it was just like he's such a leader. The north, like they've got Michael O'Neill. Obviously, we saw what he did down here with Shamrock Rovers. Phenomenal. Took them to the Europa League group stages, and they took the lead briefly at White Hart Lane. If you have to choose between Martin O'Neill and Michael O'Neill, which one would you go?
Well, I like both of them. I mean, Martin O'Neill. I'm one of these unusual football fans, and I support Cliftonville. Majority of the Cliftonville fans support the Republic, not Northern Ireland. I'm from a Catholic background, although don't have any religion. But although I grew up supporting Northern Ireland in the early 1970s. But I always remember O'Neill playing for Northern Ireland, and he's a fantastic player. And also he's part of my old alma mater, both Queen's University and St Malachy's College, where he went to. So kind of, and my dad was a Forest fan. From the 60s when he lived in Nottingham, so there's that attachment. So I do like O'Neill. I think he's a good character, but I still think I prefer Michael O'Neill because he's a bit of he's quieter. It's something about him. He's kind of quieter. It's quite a quieter kind of. He's like the tortoise and the tortoise and the hare. He's the tortoise. I feel like
he's very tactically astute. I just feel like he gets the team playing 100% behind him. Now I think the Republic players are behind Martin O'Neill, but I think with Martin O'Neill, he's a bit louder, so there's a bit more kind of consternation. Why is he picking fights with Ronald Koeman, the ex-Everton manager now? It was just unnecessary. Just don't go out that. But you wouldn't hear that from Michael O'Neill.
No, you wouldn't. They're different characters, but they're both actually from the same part of the world, from County Derry, I think. So up that north part of
probably somewhat distantly related as well.
Probably.
It's one of those. But no, I think
they're a wee bit like Fire and Ice, but only Liam for the Michael for the kind of what Northern Ireland needs is a cool, calm, collected character. The kind of to cohere a unit together.
I think if they do lose to the Swiss, Michael O'Neill will be sought after by a few teams. Kind of looking around, going, you see with Chris Coleman at Wales didn't qualify, and all of a sudden they're kind of going, I'd fancy taking him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd fancy him at Everton, but my view would be, as an Evertonian as well, if you got someone like Allardyce to keep us in the bloody Premiership, to move it on a further stage, you maybe have Allardyce on a short-term contract, and then bring in somebody like O'Neill after the World
He's
Cup.
definitely earned his shot at
at
a big thing, because he deserves it. When you take a team like Shamrock Rovers to the Europa League, you take the North. Very unfair. I mean, they were 120th in the world when he took over, and now they're 23rd. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good. You should be given a chance.
So who do you fancy to qualify for the World Cup out of the two?
Oh, the heart says both, obviously, but I think the Republic have got the edge because Denmark aren't an informed team. I mean, Switzerland are the informed team, one of the informed teams. So the heart would say both, head would say it's ROI all the way, but you never know. Switzerland could get a bad night.
They came to Dublin last year and they were muck.
They
were terrible. Now it was a friendly and everything, but they didn't look up to much. And before the game, we were going. They've got Shaka, they've got Shaqiri.
Shaqiri's one of the ones that
decent side, but
the Northern Ireland players have to. Although some of the Northern Ireland players like Evans and Davis will play against Shaqiri in the Premiership, so they'll know him. They'll not be unfamiliar to the way he plays.
I think the North
kind of close him down.
Scoring goals. That's the one thing I'd say with the North. They might struggle to score goals up there, but I think if they get a result, if they win the home leg by
they could park the bus.
then just park the bus, win it 2-0, which isn't entirely impossible, and then go to Geneva or wherever and just literally sit there. And I think being the underdogs helps them. I think for the Republic going to Denmark, people kind of have this little expectation. They're going to Denmark. The second leg's at home, so we never really do well as the favourites, but.
But you know, well, Cardiff proved that.
Cardiff proved it, yeah. If you are the underdogs, and I think the North are in a really good position. And if we didn't get there, we were saying it before.
It's going to be incredible. I mean, imagine the summer. I mean, in Russia. Problem is, where will you end up? That's the real. You'll end up in some sort of Eastern Siberian sort of city. You know,
looking at the flights there today, and just like I don't fancy that. But well, I mean, go to Moscow, but. Sure, yeah.
Not everybody's going to go to Moscow. That's the problem.
Oh, that's very true.
St. Petersburg, maybe.
Well, you going to Windsor next week?
I will be there. Yeah. I'll be working on it.
Are you going to Dublin?
Not that. I don't think I'll be working on it, so doubt it. You know, but I'll be watching it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what day is the.
We're Saturday and Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
And the North are Friday and Monday.
That's right. So it's big stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Big stuff.
I'd say we'll be watching the North game in Copenhagen. It'll be interesting to see what happens if they score.
Yeah, well,
so
that's interesting.
I was actually when I was in really quickly when I was in Cologne last year when they beat Ukraine.
That's right.
And they scored, and all the Germans turned around and looked at us. We were sitting there in Republic jerseys. They turned around to us and they were just like, "You scored," and we were like, "Not really." But then they didn't really differentiate, so they just kept bonus points all night.
That's all right.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Yes, that was great. Anyway, we will be back during the week. We've got lots more to come, match previews, team lineups, and we're meeting Eddie O'Mahony from IrelandSoccerShirts.com. I think we'll have that up tomorrow afternoon. Henry, thank you very much for coming to talk to us, and hopefully we'll get you back on in the future.
No problem.